How many times have you walked through a great museum and didn't really understand what you were looking at? That's exactly what happens to most people in London. Today, I'm going to show you how to experience one of the world's greatest museums the right way, then take you to a hidden gem most people miss, and end with one of the best sunset views in all of London. If you want the full plan, 5 curated days of London, all completely free, download the free guide below. Let's get started. So I'm here at the British Museum, the Great British Museum, and I'm standing on the top floor of what's known as the Great Court. Think of the museum as like 4 buildings that form a center square. And what's really amazing about this particular museum is the fact that there is this grand courtyard in the center flanked by 4 different buildings. And in the center, you see the glass. There's like a huge skylight dome that floods the area with natural light. It's so beautiful. It makes you want to walk around. It makes you want to mill about. There is a lot of people here, but it doesn't feel crowded. It doesn't feel cramped, and it does not feel claustrophobic, which I absolutely love. It's very airy. It gives you a chance to kind of just take your breath and also get your bearings. And one of the things about getting your bearings here is that there are a lot of things to do. Inside the British Museum, it's very easy to feel overwhelmed quite quickly. My recommendation is don't try to see everything. Instead, shift how you look. This isn't just a collection of world-famous objects. It's actually a system for organizing the world, understanding the world. So pay attention to what is given prominence. What is on the first floor versus tucked away in the back or the top tier floors? What's grouped together? And what stories are being told and by whom? Because nothing here is placed by accident. It is all strategic, all intentional. So move slowly, choose a few galleries. My recommendation is if you're starting out brand new, start on the ground level, because that's where the most prominent stuff is going to be shown, like the Rosetta Stone, and let these things unfold. Pay attention, and you'll begin to see how this place starts to make sense, giving you a global framework for how the aristocracy of Britain saw and understood the world. They also have free tours that they offer. There's the Enlightenment Room that I really wanted to see, and as I went, I noticed that they're offering a tour, a 40-minute tour that starts in and around 12:30. So I'm gonna go and check that out at 12:30. So here's a couple of things about the British Museum you really wanna understand. You definitely want to book your ticket in advance. They do scan your ticket, so you wanna come in and around the relative time to which you're allowed to come in. One of the most important things that you can do is definitely print a map out in advance. They have PDFs on the website. Print out that map, have a look at all the different floors and all the different rooms showcasing various artifacts and themes. Select 2 or 3 that you really like. The truth is that this museum is so vast and so huge that you really can't see it all in one day. Even if you wanted to spend the entire day, it probably wouldn't be a good idea because museum fatigue is a real thing. I absolutely challenge you after that 2nd or 3rd hour to see what you can process. And then maybe have lunch at the restaurant here. When I was signing up for an entrance ticket, it offered a 10% discount, which I took advantage of because I knew after a couple of hours I'm going to be exhausted, and getting something to eat I think can help relieve some of that exhaustion, and then maybe I might go back and see something that I really wanted to see that I missed. There's just so much to see, and one of the things that you might want to just do is just hang out in the courtyard because it is so pleasant. The beautiful light is definitely pleasant. It's just a really beautiful thing to experience, this courtyard with the natural light and all the wonders of the buildings done in a Roman classical architecture. It's really quite brilliant. You can't go wrong. After the intensity of the British Museum, I recommend walking just a few minutes up the street to the Wellcome Collection. It's a place that most travelers completely miss. There's no tickets, no reservations. You can just literally walk in. It's smaller, way smaller, but way more intimate as well. And it's focused on the intersection of medical history, mental health, and the human experience. But just wait for it, because what makes it different is how you actually engage with the space. The exhibitions are actually woven into lounge spaces. So instead of rushing, you're gonna slow down, actually. You're gonna sit, you're gonna absorb, and you're gonna ponder. It feels so less intense than the British Museum, and it feels more like a comfy third space. And you'll definitely find locals here too. They're working, reading, lingering, and that honestly changes the energy completely because it feels lived in and not staged. There's also a cafe if you want to pause even longer. And there's also, like, in the exhibitions, look for these small details. There's one that was a dress that was made entirely of medicine pills. I love that, and it still to this day has stayed with me. I kind of feel like it's a commentary on anxiety that we get when we go to fancy places dressed up, and how much we want that anxiety to end by taking a pill. If the British Museum is going to fill your mind, the Wellcome Collection is a place that lets you breathe. From the calm of the Wellcome Collection, we now head into the sky. At the Sky Garden, you now have a front row seat to London's skyscraper jungle, watching it all come alive, and I highly recommend, even though I didn't do it, I recommend you do it at sunset. One of the things that I absolutely love is the open airiness of this indoor park. There's so many beautiful sights. It's practically a 360 of London from this height that you can walk around. And a lot of the environment that you're walking in on has lush greenery spaces, which I think helps kind of diffuse tension because there's a lot of people here. Everyone's clamoring for the same thing. Everyone wants to get a shot of famous sights from this beautiful aerial perch. And so you definitely want to bring some patience, but here in January, of course it's free, part of the free London experience. Here in January though, I have to say that people are fewer than if you came in the summer. I can't imagine what this place looks like in the summer, but here right now it doesn't seem too bad. And also what helps is that there's a lot of coldness coming in, so it doesn't encourage people to linger and stay for really long periods of time. Here also, aside from the free entrance, there's also a bar and a cafe where you can sit, you can enjoy, you can eat snacks. It's unbelievable that this is a free experience, because if you went to Chicago and did the Sears Tower or Wallace Tower, or you did Top of the Rock, you'd be paying a hefty price for that. Neither of those two experiences are free or cheap, so this is the good deal. It's free. All you have to do is go online, register, pick a time slot, and you're in. It's that simple. Even if you aren't able to get a reservation, you could still pop by and they might squeeze you in. If you're in that circumstance, what I'd recommend doing is coming first thing in the morning, because I did see a couple that didn't have a ticket and they were moved to the right side of the line, and then when I got here, I saw them actually here strolling about, so they got in. So it is possible to get in without a reservation, but my suggestion would be come first thing in the morning. That way it's easier to let you in because the crowds haven't come yet. I think if you come later on in the afternoon, what you're going to find is a lot of people might be here and they might say no. So, word to the wise. Well, that's going to wrap up day 3 of our London curated itinerary, the Great in Britain Day. And today really wasn't just about what Britain collected. It was about how it organized, questioned, and ultimately made sense of the world. You got to see that from the scale of the British Museum to the introspection of the Wellcome Collection to seeing it all come together from high above at London's Sky Garden. And this is how London reveals itself, layer by layer. If you want to experience London like this, structured, intentional, and completely free, download the full 5-day guide below. Everything in it is free to do. And if you're building your trip, subscribe and follow to the full series. Each day unlocks a different side of the city.